All right, fellas, well, we back at it again. It is another day, and so in this video here, I'm just gonna go ahead and pretty much put everything back on that goes on the engine. I ran into a bunch of issues. It's been non-stop, and that's just the nature of this game with these old school rotary cars. You gotta figure it out. Started with the gas tank. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna show you guys how bad that gas tank is. We're also gonna get into the headers. I bought some headers a while back, and they said it was for an RX4, RX2, RX3, but turns out they're not. Very similar, but it's actually for FB, so I had to modify the headers as well. So I'm gonna show you guys how I went about it. It's an old school method, and you don't want to miss it. So go ahead and stay tuned to the end, and we're gonna try to get this done as much as we can for today before the sun goes down. So here we go. All right, fellas, just want to show you guys in here how clean this is. Like, nothing's been touched or molested for like since, what is it, 89, 91, something like that. It's really clean though. Luckily I'm gonna be able to use the original hose, all this stuff, but first things first, we need to get this tank out and get it cleaned up before we start running the fuel lines and the carburetor. So, and check this out, there goes a filter right there. I didn't even know there was a filter there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to swap that out, and filter comes through here, it's a line here, and comes back out and down, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty neat. It's also another couple lines. That's where the fuel, I'm guessing, comes out, because that's hooked up to this, the fuel filter. And then it's another line we gotta take off right here. This is kind of like plastic. You gotta be real careful with that. And I believe it goes to this right here. That must be like a return line or something. And that's about it. And 4 bolts, 2 here, 2 on the other side, and this baby should come out with no problem. So that's what was keeping it from coming out. So gotta go through the back seat and unhook that one up. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and change these two. This one looks like it feels kind of leaking, so might as well swap all these lines out. All right, fellas, the tank is out, and hopefully it's not as bad inside. Hopefully it looks as good inside as it looks outside. So darn it. There we go. Yeah. Wow. Yep. Check this. this out. Not only there, but I don't even want to push that in. Yeah, that explains why it's all like this. All this sticky stuff is where it was leaking from. Ah, man. We're only a few days away from SevenStock, and look at that. I don't know if I could find one of these. It's gonna be tough. This thing feels like plastic. Alright guys, so I got my Dremel here. Already kind of like cleaned up in here with the little Dremel brush. Just trying to get all the connectors cleaned up or whatnot before I put them on. So I'm also using some of this stuff right here, so that way we won't have any issues. So here we go. Okay, so I got this online. You know, looks a lot better than, you know, all that tape showing. So just gonna dress it up a bit. I got these clips. These clips look just like the original ones that were on there. I don't know if they're original or not, but they look very similar to it. So just got a whole box full of these clips right here just to put them back. So yeah, we'll see how it looks. So then I'm gonna go ahead and just measure this to size. I'm obviously gonna leave about an inch, maybe 2 inches on each end, just to have some extra material to work with. Alright, it's already looking really nice. Alright guys, this is the beginning here. It looks great. Looks like it just came out of the firewall. So I try to tuck it in there as much as possible. So this is the first one. Here's the second one I'm about to do. But as I'm going along, I'm checking out my wiring too. And look, that's what happens when you leave your cars outdoors for decades, and critters make a nest out of them to start chewing up all your wiring. So I gotta figure out what these go to. And these right here, check that out. So don't want any shortage, so I'm guessing it's probably washer bottle or something like that. But freaking rats, man, or possums or whatever they are. This guy needs more like over here. Right quick guys, I want to go ahead and show you how I went about getting these headers fitted. I was told they were for an RX4, but as you guys could see down there in the flange, they're for an RX7 FB. So I ran into some troubles with the idler arm. Every time I turned the steering wheel, it would hit right on the header. So I used this old school method that I seen way back in the days. My uncle used, my dad used, especially my dad. He would always try to retrofit parts, and I learned this trick from him. So you pretty much just heat it up till it gets red hot, and you just press it down, as opposed to like a lot of guys out there, they'll just use some hammers or mallets and they'll just bang the heck out of them and crush them and crack them. This is a perfect method if you guys run into this issue. Now there's a lot of parts out there, you just don't know what's what, unless you have really good eye. But these are very similar to the RX4 type and RX2, but as you guys can see, nope, it was off by about 1/4 of an inch. So we got that fixed. So just gonna go ahead and add some gasket maker. Stupid fly, man. Get out of here. Gasket maker, just so we can make sure there's no gas leaks on here or exhaust leaks. So I'm just gonna throw it on there and then just spread it out. And I did add some on both sides. Alright fellas, check it out. It went all the way. And it's got about a 1/4 inch play, so it's not touching at all. So you guys can see the gap right there. So it was, you know, a lot back and forth, but it cleared it without the headers cracking or anything. You just gotta make sure you heat it up till the headers get red. But just a little hack I wanted to show you guys. This is how we did it back in the days. My dad used to do this back in the 80s just to retrofit it, and I'm applying it today. So all right, moving on. So we got the alternator water pump, just trying to mock it up, trying to fit it. I bought some new nuts and bolts for it a while back, so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, where it goes what. This is upgraded. This is from FB. It's gonna give out better voltage, and I don't have to rely on that box that goes over there, the voltage regulator. This one's internal, so it's just 2 cables. You gotta hook one up to the ignition, and the other one you could hook it up to the coil, so you could get some the amperage reading inside. So I'm gonna get more into that later on, not in this video. We're just gonna mock fit this and just, you know, seal it up and just leave it right where it needs to be. So yeah, we're just trying to get all the bolts. The bracket here, it doesn't need a special bracket because we're gonna go with the electronic distributor. So the bracket, a lot of guys, what they'll do, they'll shave off the bracket and bend it. But I could still use the RX4 one, which fits perfectly well. It's got that curve that we need for the distributor. So yeah, let's get to it. I got the gasket on there. I already put sealant on one side, put sealant on this side, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. It's really hard to do this with one hand, and I obviously cleaned it up with some acetone. So, and does it need sealant on both sides? Not really. It's just these kind of wear out after a while, these paper gaskets. No, excuse me, these paper gaskets, they kind of wear out after a while. So yeah, you want to always add some, because they get nasty and corroded with time, so that'll make it last a bit longer. All right fellas, I completely forgot to hit the record button. I was pretty excited, and I got way too deep into it. But yeah, so we got the water pump on, we got the pulley on, we got the belt on. Haven't tightened it yet. I'm gonna tighten that up. But this is the bracket I was telling you guys about. We went with the original OEM bracket and upgrade alternator, so it's on there with the new nuts and bolts. This one, I reused it, so some of the stuff is reusable. Time is really short. We're only a few days away from SevenStock, so I'm not, at this point, I want to be too picky about it looking nice and pretty. I just gotta get it running. So yeah, so this is pretty much it right here. All right fellas, so more bad news. Just want to share this with you guys. So Radiator shop said that this radiator is too far gone, they won't be able to repair it. And if I really do want to repair it, it's going to be a very expensive repair, because they would have to recore it. They would use the same tanks, the top and bottom, but they want to charge me like 600 bucks. So you guys know copper right now is very expensive, and they pretty much priced me a I don't want to do it price. And I said, yeah, I think I'll go with an aluminum one, which I did. I reordered it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save this one, put it to the side. Might do something with it later on, but it's just a short notice for SevenStock. So yeah, problems after problems. So here we go. All right guys, I'm very limited on space, so I have to use my car as a table. But so I did measure from the center of the hole to the next center of the hole, which is 24 at 1/8 on the original radiator, and I measured from the neck to down here. So from here to here is 4 inches. I obviously used the straight edge, but 4 inches. So 24 1/8 to 4 inches. That's where that hole needs to line up. And then once I get this one, I could get my measurement on the other one. So I'm just gonna do the holes first. If this doesn't get in the way, I'm just gonna leave it alone. It's unnecessary work, at least for now. But yeah, let's get it done. Okay, so here's the radiator. Had to modify it, as I had to modify everything else, but yeah, it's on there. So now that we got the radiator on there, I don't think this is gonna bother it too much. I'll just leave it alone for now, I guess. Nothing else is gonna go on there other than the headlights and the wiring. But so I'm gonna install this right here. Got an NOS thermostat. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll move up to the next step. Got the hoses on. Gotta put on that little hose on there, which is NOS as well. And then let's see what else we could get done. Alright, next we're gonna do this the heater line. It goes to the radiator and to the black line right here. I'm gonna install this NOS, and this baby's been sealed since 1989. Wow, August 14, 1989. That's pretty awesome. So hasn't seen the light of day till now. So we're gonna go ahead and put this baby on with some old school clamps, and you know, try to keep it old as much as we can. Right, check it out. Getting fancy over here. Got some jewelry for the car. Once you start being funny that way, you know you've been out in the back working in your car for way too long. But yeah, this is the ground. So this is the shortest, thinnest ground wire I was able to find that looked similar to the original. The original was like half the size in length and in width. This is all they had, so you know, gotta work with what you got. So all right, fellas, it's on there. And so I'm curious to know, maybe some of you guys out there could enlighten us. Can't remember if it went on here or here on this bracket here or up here. I just can't remember where the original spot. I don't think it really matters, but you know, I would like to put it right where it belongs. And then this is the Pico bushing. I've been waiting from big shout out to Phil's, man. I reached out to them and I asked them if they could like ship it out ASAP, and man, hats off to them. Phil's Rotary guys. Yeah, they're awesome.